I joined government a year ago, and in that time, we have set our sights on a bold redesign of Phila.gov that we're building out in the open at alpha.phila.gov. You can look at it right now. We've learned a lot from our successes. We've learned even more from our mistakes. And as I've reflected on this talk for basically everything that's happened in the last year, I originally came back to the blog post that I published to explain why I was going into government to begin with. And in that, I said, I will be joining the city of Philadelphia, where I will work alongside some of the most innovative people in municipal government. The goal? Build and procure technology that works for people. Always start with user needs. Test assumptions. Develop iteratively. Keep it simple. Everything is about the user, because in the case of city government, the user is our neighbor. These are the basic ingredients of a healthy government technology team, and it is this foundation that has allowed our team to succeed, to fail, and to grow. Let's look at those. First, we need to make space for smart people to do good work. In Philadelphia, we have been blessed with leadership that understands the potential of technology to help us better serve the public. Under the Nutter administration, Philly was one of the first cities to partner with CfA. And when Adel Abid was named CIO, he began transforming the department to be one of flexibility and trust. And this has allowed us to hire people who may have never otherwise considered working for government. And that, in turn, helps us start to create a culture that outlasts any one person. One day, Adele was talking about some of the politics that he was shielding me from. And I initially protested, but he just looked at me and said, Aaron, I would take those bullets for you every day. That is my job. Now you go do yours. Second, within this culture, we need to do our technology really well. And as we've worked on alpha.phila.gov, we've been very deliberate about our technology choices and the processes that we've implemented. And along the way, we have evolved a set of design principles that guide our work. Everything that we build in iterative, two-week chunks. This allows us to develop quickly and be nimble enough to adjust to user feedback or changing priorities. Everything that we do defaults to open. Alpha is built on WordPress. Our themes, customizations, deploy scripts, digital services, everything is open on GitHub. Alpha itself is entirely hosted in the cloud on AWS. We prioritize simplicity and consistency in our designs. We use a common pattern portfolio that is not only the building blocks of Alpha, but of any digital services that we or vendors create. Everything is mobile first, and everything is accessible. Our technology is solid, it is tested and scalable, but good technology will only get you so far. Third, I was talking to a dear friend of mine recently, and at the end of a really good conversation, she said to me, you know, Aaron, when we talk, I really feel like somebody sees me. And that means more than I can say. And that is the last and most important piece of this. For us, the user is not a transaction or an ad click. The user is our neighbor. And the better we can serve them, the stronger our communities will be. For me, my neighbor is Roman, who immigrated from Eastern Europe, opened a barbershop, and cut my hair. It's John and Brooke and their new baby, Ramona, who are discovering the joys and challenges of being a brand new family in the city of Philadelphia. It's Jonathan and Katie, who watched my kids late one night when I had to take my wife to the hospital. It is these and millions more faces that I may see, but names I may never know. And if we are to serve them well and with respect, we must first see them. But this can't be mere sentimentality. To do this work, we need talented people with eyes to see and courage to move beyond our own circles to make this work possible. For example, as we were putting the finishing touches on Alpha, it came time to add some draft content. And I thought, well, how hard can this be? But as I sifted through the mounds of content myself, and as other people struggled to find and understand it, it became painfully obvious that this was difficult to do well. So we hired the first content designer that I know of in municipal government. We hired someone with the skills that we lacked so that our digital services can be even better, to make our content clear and concise so that our neighbors can find exactly what they are looking for in the place that they expect it. And now those skills are spreading to others in the city, and everyone benefits. Do not underestimate how difficult this work is or how valuable it is for the public, because good content strategy does just as much, if not more, for our neighbors as good technology. Technology is a necessary foundation. It's what we do. We are technologists. Doing it really well matters, but it is only part of our job. Our job is to move beyond technology and see people. It is to look long and hard and deep, using content design, using user research, using web analytics, using everything at our disposal, and ask, how can I best serve you? Our job is to see people. Our job is to use technology to serve. Everything is about the user, because in the case of city government, the user is our neighbor. Thank you.